you're struggling with length retention and hair growth, this video is for you. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be taking you through techniques and remedies that has helped to grow my hair. Now, starting with length retention, I'm going to take you through a detangling routine that will make you have little to no breakage. This is my weekly routine, and that means this is the only time which I detangle my hair. So let's dive deep into it. I've already hydrated my hair, so now I'm going straight into sectioning. This way I can work with one part at a time, and also so that when I'm working with the other side of the hair, the other side doesn't actually get to the other one, if it makes sense. Now, after all the parting, I'm going to start detangling, taking down one section at a time, and then I'm going to work into smaller section as well, just so that when I start to detangle, tangles are lesser and the hair breaks lesser. And then now I'm going to apply the flexi gel. It's going to give the hair that sleep and make it very smooth and soft, so that when I now go with the comb, it goes in easy like this. And then I start detangling all the way from the tips to the roots of my hair, because if I start from the roots and then I pull out, it's most likely going to create mini knots on the inside, and the hair is just going to snap off and break. And that is what happens a lot of times when we're washing and things like that, and we tend to think that maybe the hair is just breaking more, or maybe it's just naturally tangled, but sometimes it's the tangles that we cause when we're detangling. And also, never do your hair when you're tired, especially if it's wash day, because the routine is going to be crazy long. Never do it like that. The most important thing to note about 4C hair is that it needs a lot of patience and gentleness. So if you're harsh to it, or it gets you frustrated more easily, forget about length retention, because when it comes to detangling like this, you're just going to be pulling your hair with a lot of force, and your hair is just going to be snapping and breaking. And the reason why I'm putting my hair into twists like this after detangling is just so that it doesn't shrink back, because it's very hydrated, it's wet. So normally when it's wet like that, it's just going to shrink back, and that means it's most likely to tangle again after I just detangled. And also at the same time, I need to wash off this treatment when I'm done. So when it's now time to shampoo, I need to be able to access my scalp and actually get all of this product out. So if it's not into smaller sections like that or twists like that, it's not going to be that easy to shampoo it out. And also, if you do not have access to flexi gel, try using aloe vera gel. Apply it to your hair like this. It also works best as well, because it's very smooth and it also gives that sleep. So if you don't have flexi gel, just try using aloe vera gel. It works best as well. Just always note that whatever product that you're going to use to prepoo, make sure that it's water based. For example, flexi gel, you boil it with water, it's like that. Aloe vera gel is just soaked in water like that. But when it comes to products like oil based or butter based products, it's going to be so hard and very difficult to shampoo it out of your hair. And normally, even after shampooing, you're still going to have buildups and all of that. Your pores are going to be clogged. So believe me, when it comes to prepoo treatments, stick to water-based products. So anything that you know that it's most likely like hot oil treatments, those are not the things that you need to do when it comes to prepoo treatment. Now I'm all done detangling, and I'm going to show you the amount of hair that actually came out. You see that small-ish? That is the total amount of hair that came out. Now we're going into shampooing, and for this process, I'm going to be using the African Black Soap shampoo. It's DIY, which means I just dissolved the African Black Soap with hot water, and just like that, I made the perfect African Black Soap shampoo. And now going back into shampooing, the first step is to focus on the scalp to make sure that you scrub off all the dirt, making sure that the scalp is actually very clean, because that is where the main focus should be at. And if you don't have the scalp massager, just use your fingers like this. They'll also do a fantastic job, just that you know that a scalp massager is definitely a game changer. And then now I'm going to go straight into the twist, getting out the excess product, because now this first shampooing is just to get out the prepoo treatment that I used in my hair. And then now I'm going to rinse it out, and then after all the rinsing, I'm going to shampoo my hair again, because I shampoo my hair twice to make sure that I get out all the excess dirt out of my hair. And now for this second shampooing, you can actually see how quickly my hair foams up while I'm just applying this product, and that is to show you that there's no much dead left in the hair, so my hair is no longer as oily. And the main reason why I take down the twists for the second shampooing is because I most likely feel like there's still some dead trapped in between those twists, so I definitely need to get it all out. And another thing to be careful about this process is that do not shampoo your hair like this. You're going to cause a lot of tangles. Just pull out your hair nicely to make sure that it's very straight out. That way it's not going to tangle up a lot during this process, because the hair is most likely to tangle a whole lot during the shampooing process. So now that the second shampooing is done, I'm just going to rinse out my hair, making sure that there's no excess shampoo or foam in there. And just like that, I'm going to get my hair out, and I'm going to wipe it with the shirt, because I feel like when I wipe it with the shirt, it doesn't rip off my hair compared to when I use things like a towel, just like that. And after the shampooing, next step is conditioning, and I'm going to be using this conditioner to make my hair mask. And I don't usually add water to my conditioner to get it out, but this one, it was extra thick and it was refusing to come out. And now this is how I make my hair mask, and this is the time where I use moringa powder in my hair. I don't mix it with oils or things like that, because that way it'll be crazy hard to get it out. This way, it's a perfect way to apply it to my hair. It helps to strengthen my hair so much, and that is how it has helped to improve my hair growth. And also using it with a deep conditioner works as a perfect combination. And also, if you want your hair to be bouncy and have that elasticity, never skip this deep conditioning process, because it's going to help keep your hair very smooth and very nice and easy to work with. And also at the same time, it's more like it's introducing the moisture into your hair. So when you now moisturize your hair, you're going to feel it that you're not exactly working with dry hair. And also, there is the most important thing to note about a deep conditioner is that if you leave it in more than an hour, it's most likely going to over soften your hair and your hair might break. So you need to be careful when it comes to things like that. So you need to keep it in your hair for about 30 minutes or so, and that way it's going to do a perfect job in your hair without it overdoing. And this goes to the girlies that I know that when we start with our hair growth, we most likely believe that we keep our mask in the hair for a longer time. That way we believe that it's going to work more effectively, but it doesn't always work like that. So if it's recommended that do not use it over a certain time, please do not exceed it, because you're just going to do a lot more damage than good. And also, the main reason why I'm putting my hair into twists like this while I'm applying this treatment is just so that when I'm working into smaller sections, they do not tangle into each other. And you know what happens to the excess product that's left in there? It isn't going to waste. I'm going to apply it to my hair like this, because I realized that on the base areas, I didn't apply as enough product as I should have. And when I'm all done, I'm just going to cover my hair with a plastic bag. It just works like a shower cap. So if you do not have a shower cap, this is the best alternative. And then now I'm just going to rinse out the conditioner in my hair. And for this process, you need to make sure that you're going to take down the twist and then you properly rinse out the hair, because there is definitely going to be product that is going to be trapped in between those twists. I've tried just rinsing while my hair was in twists before, and believe me, the product doesn't all get out unless you actually take down the twist and rinse out your hair properly. And you can actually start to see how elastic my hair is just after rinsing. And it's already feeling so smooth in my hands, and I'm telling you, I'm loving the texture of my hair already. So now we're going for the final step, which is moisturizing, and I'm going to take you through on how to properly moisturize your hair to retain moisture. So now, if you're someone that moisturizes their hair like this, you need to stop. You're doing it wrong, because after all the moisturizing, look on the inside. The moisture doesn't actually get there, and that part is most likely going to dry up and break in most cases. So now let me take you through on how to properly moisturize 4C hair in a way that is going to retain length. And believe me, when you repeat the routines like this and everything that I'm showing you, your hair is definitely going to grow a lot more faster, and the health of your hair is just going to improve. Now you're going to work into smaller sections like this, and I'm going to start by applying the butter to my hair, making sure that I'm stretching out my hair nicely while I'm pulling and stretching. This way is just going to make sure sure that the moisture actually gets everywhere. And then now I'm going to follow with the oil. This is just going to help to lock in the moisture. And then after, I'm just going to do the final detangling, because I only detangle my hair on wash day, so I need to keep it in a good manageable state throughout the whole week. And the process in which I moisturize my hair is the LCO method, which means I'm going to work on wet hair, which means the L. Now I need to make sure that the hair is hydrated, and then now I'm going to follow with the butter to my hair just to introduce the moisture in my hair and make it smooth. And after doing that, I'm now going to follow with the oil to lock in the moisture. And since I've been moisturizing my hair like that, believe me, I only need to moisturize my hair like once or twice in a week. And all the moisturizing products that I'm using are DIY. For the butter, is just unrefined shea butter. I just added a little bit of chili powder because the oil, whipped it all together, and just like that I had my hair butter. And then for the oil, it was just castor oil, a little bit of chili powder, and olive oil. So believe me, unrefined shea butter and castor oil, you can never go wrong with those. And do let me know what you struggle with the most in 4C. What's your biggest challenge with Afro hair care? And please do subscribe so that you can keep up with the weekly routines. And now finishing up with moisturizing, never forget to oil the scalp, because it's just going to get dry. The moisture in your hair is not going to find its way to the scalp, so this part is also very important, same as moisturizing the rest of your hair. So do try this routine and repeat it consistently weekly to see the best hair growth. And just like that, I'm all done. Thank you for watching. Bye.